Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight to Blu-ray. My name is James, and in today's video, I am going to be going over the brand new 4K release of the 80s classic Footloose. I'm going to let you know exactly how this looks, how this sounds, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right on into this 4K review of Footloose. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. Like I said, we are going to be going over the 80s classic Footloose. Just got a 4K release this past week. I got the Steelbook edition, which you can see right here. I'll be going over that a little bit more in depth in a little bit here in the video. There is the Steelbook edition like I have. There is also a slipcover edition, so you can pick either or. And since Best Buy doesn't really do movies anymore, the Steelbook edition is not a Best Buy exclusive. You can buy this wherever you buy major movies, you know, Amazon, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be going over the picture quality, the audio, all those good things. This is what I like to call an average James review. I'm not going to go super high, in depth into the technical, features of it. I mean, basically, when you watch a movie, are you really looking for the technical features of it? No. You want to look, when you're watching it, does it look good? Does it sound good? Does the 4K look good? That's what most people want to know. Most people don't have a super amazing sound system, a super amazing, TV. I do have Atmos. I do have a 4K TV. So I'm going to go over what an average person might expect if they decide to pick this movie up. And if you are not a fan of 80s movies and you've never seen Footloose, the basic premise of the story is you've got Kevin Bacon. He is the main character, and this one plays Ren. He is from Chicago, the big city, moves to the smaller town. The smaller town is very religious, and there's certain things you don't get to do in the small town. It stars John Lithgow.
Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
As the preacher slash, spiritual leader of the small town, and he has decided that dancing is terrible, just leads to very bad things, especially for young people. So dancing has been outlawed. The evil John Lithgow has outlawed dancing, and Kevin Bacon decides he wants to change this. So the entire movie is basically that he has decided that, he's going to have a dance and that he's going to get them to agree to it and all this good stuff. Like I said, 80s classic. It's weird because I do love 80s movies and I do like this movie. I wouldn't say it's not one of my favorite 80s movies. It's okay. But it does have probably one of the best 80s soundtracks there are. A lot of times you get 80s movies and you get like one or two songs that, real catchy, real cool from a movie. This one has a ton. Just like the entire album almost is like one good song after the next. So yeah, really cool soundtrack. So picked up the, like I said, 4K. This is the Steelbook edition here. I got it because it looked like, it's basically mimicked after an old school Walkman. If you're not old and you don't know what a Walkman is, it's the precursor to the iPod, which was the precursor to the iPhone where you listen to stuff. Basically, it's just a cassette player you carried around with headphones and you listen to music. So it's, here we go with the front there. We've got the spine. Then we've got the back right here. Hopefully that's in focus. You got some of the, these are the songs that are in it. That's amazing soundtrack and some of the, just quotes and stuff like that. Then we have the inside of the Steelbook right there. Comes with a little poster. I didn't realize it came with a little poster until actually it wasn't in the Steelbook when I got it. It was actually separate, and then I just kind of put it in there. But there's the little inside artwork. No artwork on the disc, so you do obviously get the 4K and a Blu-ray disc included with this one. There's also a digital copy, so you get the digital copy as well. And then the poster, if I can get that out here, is basically the original poster. I'll try to get all this in. There we go. Just a little, I don't know, it's probably like 12 by 16-ish size poster. It's weird because, some movies have this, certain little special things, cards or posters that go in there. It's weird because I'm always like, oh, cool, it's got a little, some cars or this, that, or the other. And then they just remain in the, at least in my case, they just remain in the case of the movie forever. I never actually do anything. Leave me a comment down below. Do you actually do anything with like the posters or the cards or anything? I almost feel like as like a collect. I mean, obviously enjoy movies, but I like to collect things too. It's like I have to have the cool little posters and stuff, but then I never do anything with it, so I'm kind of wondering why am I even bothering. But either way, like I said, I didn't even know it came with the poster. I just liked the steelbook. I'm not somebody who's a huge steelbook fan. I don't have to have all the steelbooks that they come out with. I just basically, if I like the steelbook, if I think it looks cool, I'll buy it. If not, I'll get slipcover if I think that looks better. Like the new Wonka movie, the Willy Wonka movie that came out. There was a steelbook of that one. I thought it was hideous. Slipcover looked better. Bought the slipcover. Just kind of depends. I'm not one that's, I don't have this massive steelbook collection, but I thought this one was cool. Like I said, it's got the Walkman, kind of themed as far as the steelbook. So I decided to pick that one up, and like I said, there is a slipcover edition. You can get that as well. So getting into the movie, I gotta say, and it's an 80s movie, and I don't think there's really been, at least that I can think of, any 80s movies of that time period where a 4K came out with it, and I was just absolutely floored or wowed. I think if it's an older movie, if it's like a black and white or something like that, it can get, the change from the Blu-ray to the 4K can be a lot more noticeable, and that's more of a wow factor. 80s movies, they can look better, they can be improvements, but it's not like this massive, like, oh my god, that's just completely amazing, I gotta have it on 4K type of moments. Maybe I'm wrong. Leave me a comment down below if there's any 80s movies you've, encountered where you just think, wow, the 4K just blew it out of the water. And I'm talking about from the Blu-ray, not because there are movies that have gone like from DVD to 4K, like Daryl or Cloak and Dagger that I've reviewed recently. Obviously, that's the DVD to 4K jump is usually pretty big. But as far as like if there's a Blu-ray edition of it and then it gets a 4K, it's not. I'm not usually wowed. Usually there's an improvement. For this one, I don't remember ever seeing the Blu-ray edition of it. But as far as the 4K goes, I was not impressed at all on the 4K of this one. Just the picture quality. I mean, obviously there's HDR in it, and I had this. I believe this has a Dolby Vision and HDR. I have a Dolby Vision TV, but I don't have a Dolby Vision player, or DVD player, or 4K player, I should say. So I basically watched. I didn't see the Dolby Vision version of it. It's just the HDR, and just you expect to see a little color pop. Some of the colors usually brighter, more vibrant. Especially at the beginning of this movie, just like the exact opposite. It was so bland, and it was very dark, almost like Heat, the 4K edition of Heat. It seemed real dark, real subdued. I don't know if, because I haven't seen the movie in a minute. I don't know if that's how they filmed the movie. I mean, there's only so much you can do with restoring something to 4K. If it wasn't the greatest, to begin with, it can be a little bit more difficult. But it was just very subdued, very just blah. Almost like I record videos, obviously, for here and another channel I have, and it's almost like if you recorded it in Vlog. You record something in Vlog because you're going to color correct it later. So when it records it, just kind of like a blandness, and then you color correct it so you can make it look how you want. It's almost like it was a Vlog movie. It was just kind of bland and blah. And especially for a 4K, I just expected way more, especially at the beginning. It did get a little bit better as the movie went on. I didn't, it didn't seem. And now, obviously, you don't want it to be ridiculously, super bright and all the, like it's some kind of weird pastel-y thing. But I just didn't see it look anywhere near that I would expect a 4K disc to look color-wise. For the HDR, it wasn't vivid at all. Colors were not popping at all in this one, at least in my opinion. But like I said, it got a little bit better as the movie went on, but I wasn't watching it and thinking, this is a great 4K disc. Thank God I got the 4K. It just seemed like if I was watching a Blu-ray, to be honest, if I was watching just like a halfway decent DVD on a 4K player, I wouldn't have been surprised. It just didn't, pop like I thought it would or should as far as the picture quality. I just didn't think it was anything spectacular. I didn't think that the details that were very good. I mean, it wasn't like it's not like it was waxy or anything like that. Kind of like a Terminator, where they DNR'd the hell out of it kind of deal. But I didn't see a lot of details. It just didn't, as far as the visuals, picture quality for me, it was just kind of meh. I didn't think you're not really getting anything spectacular, in this one, so I wouldn't expect that. Like I said, this movie is, as far as 80s soundtrack, in my opinion, like I said, has one of the best 80s soundtracks. So I was kind of hoping we're gonna hear, these songs are gonna play. There's a lot of moments where the songs are playing, and it was gonna be amazing. It was just okay. They played. It was good. I didn't have any audio issues. I'll say that it wasn't. It was just kind of okay. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just mediocre, I think is a good word. Just a mediocre. It got the job done kind of audio. You're not going to be blown away by anything. It doesn't have Atmos. You're not going to be, it wasn't, when the music played, it wasn't this glorious sound and amazing experience. Like, if you've seen any of my previous reviews, I obviously live in an apartment. I wasn't having to turn it down like, oh my gosh. Which is a good thing, especially when you go from music to audio, like the voice is just, general conversation. I didn't have to, up, down, 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 down on the remote like that all the time. So that was a benefit. The dialogue sounded good. I didn't have any issues hearing any of the dialogue. That part of the audio was good, but you didn't really get any kind of oomph from the music. At least, I didn't hear it. And obviously, it's, other than the music, it isn't like a special effects laden movie or anything. I mean, it's about dancing. But as far as like just hearing that, I didn't get a sense of amazement or anything. It sounded like it would have come from, to be honest, it sounded like it could have come from the DVD, version of it. It just wasn't, wasn't blowing me away or anything like that. So as far as, the overall 4K, with your visuals, the film presentation and the audio, this was just kind of a meh for me. I didn't, it wasn't anything amazing. I have heard the Blu-ray is pretty bad. So, I mean, if you don't have it, period, you might want to go ahead and pick this up on 4K. But if this isn't one of your like favorite movies, or, oh man, I love me some Footloose, I think this is kind of you can hold off on it. Maybe this is an on sale on a Black Friday type of movie. If you just have to have it. But it isn't anything that you're going to, I don't think that you're going to be impressed with if you decide to pick this one up on 4K. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this review. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Did you pick up Footloose on 4K? Let me know what you thought about the movie. Is this one of your favorites? Like I said, not exactly one of my favorite 80s movies. It's a cool 80s flick, but definitely not one of my favorites. Let me know if you happen to pick this one up. Let me let me know what you thought about the picture and audio quality in the comments down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, please think about hitting that like and subscribe button. I post movie-related videos at least a couple times a week on various movie-related topics, including reviewing 4Ks and movie collection updates, all that good stuff. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can get all this movie goodness. And as always, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.